Hey all, and welcome back to the HSE playthrough of the wonderful 101. Richie said there were going to be some long missions here, y'all, and the reckoning is upon us.
Yeah, I would say that on the whole, 004 and 005 probably have the longest individual missions that aren't the end of the game where you would expect them to be.
Yeah.
So it is a bit of a hurdle of a middle point. But the thing that we just got from the mart there was the treasure sensor. So the reason I got this is because it's very helpful, because what it'll do is it'll just give you a little ding 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 whenever you are close to any form of hidden secret.
Oh, God bless. I could probably use those, because I found maybe 1 or 2 heart shards, and that's about it.
Yes, they are very hidden. But yes, obviously Operation 004, we're heading to Neo Moo. How did you find Operation 004, Sam?
Well, the first mission I actually found to be quite fun, the one we're doing today, because there's a lot to explore, lots of variety in the enemies you face and whatnot, and I believe we'll be getting a new wonderful one here.
We will indeed.
Let's hit him where it counts.
I love his hair, the way it can just express his emotions. Is it connected to his eyebrow, or am I just looking at it wrong?
It's not quite connected to his eyebrow, it's just, that is literally just the positioning of his model, but obviously it can either be like a question mark, an exclamation mark, it can flop forward and all sorts. He has designed an incredible satellite that is also a cannon, and it should look very familiar to anybody who has played through Bayonetta 2. Because during it, one Bayonetta decides to use it to fling it back at the final boss of that game in a nice little bit of cross-contamination of games.
I'm going to be honest, I remember a lot about Bayo 2, not the final boss. I more remember taking on Jubileus in the first one.
To be fair, I would say that Jubileus is a much more memorable fight. On the whole, I mean, to be honest, Bayonetta 1's a much more memorable game on the whole. These things happen. I mean, it's something that I have noticed does tend to happen a lot to Hideki Kamiya's games when other people take on doing the sequels afterwards.
Yeah.
They often lose a little bit of their spark, and it's difficult to place why that is. But it's happened on many an occasion, because obviously it happened with Devil May Cry. Bayonetta's had an interesting run as well, even though he's been heavily involved in that one. I'm very excited to see what happens with Okami 2, because obviously that is a sequel that he is actually getting to work on and be director of.
Yeah, and it's nice that he's, re-established his working relationship with Capcom, so maybe this will lead to Beautiful Joe finally getting that third game.
I mean, it's a distinct possibility.
Ah, okay. See, I was about to go plot hole, where's Luca? But no, they just shoved him in holding.
Well, they were meant to put him in holding, but then it seems that nobody actually took the responsibility for doing their job properly.
Jesus.
But I have to say, it is very nice to be in Neo Moo right now, because in the UK we are all burning and frying and melting.
Yeah, we Brits don't do well with... I don't want to say tropical climes, because that's a bit too hyperbolistic, but it may as well be.
It does feel like that sometimes, doesn't it? As I'm sure many people will mention whenever they talk about the weather in the UK, the issue is that it is also humid at the same time when it's hot, and therefore it's just so much worse than it has any right to be, and also our homes are made to hold in heat, so it's painful. So yes, the long point of that is that it's nice to be in an area that's just full of water and looks lovely and refreshing, because Jesus Christ, I'm dying.
Well, don't you worry about that, mate. Just think cool thoughts, like, I don't know, Wonderful 101. There you go.
Exactly. Wonder PC, and his whip is a wired mouse. That's great.
Is he like an android? Because he has no actual human head.
I think when he's out of his Sentinel uniform, he does have a human head, but when he's in his Sentinel uniform, it turns into a PC. I don't quite know how that works, but obviously when you've got like Wonder Beer, his whole head's kind of a pint of beer.
A beer stein, yeah.
I mean, to be honest, it sounded like I was drunk whilst I was saying that, which is relatively fitting, isn't it?
Goodbye. That's what we like to see, Rich.
Yes, you see, I do my best with these things. There's also a lot of stuff to destroy around here, which is nice.
Yeah, there seems to be a ton of items in this particular operation.
Also, we just got half of all of the toilets in the game.
Wow. I don't know what you want me to say to that, but I think wow pretty much covers it.
I mean, that's pretty much the case with all of these things. So I suppose sort of my question for you, Tom, is obviously you enjoyed sort of this first operation for 004. Did you understand what it was asking of you when it was like, get the hammer out?
Not particularly, because I don't think I even used the hammer to go underneath the waves here.
The thing is that you don't actually need to, but, well, to be honest, I think to actually beat this mission you don't want to, because these guys, I think, disappear the second you actually sink to the bottom. So, it's a bit of a mean one, so you just have to put up with the... But yes, obviously what this is telling you is use your hammer and you will sink, because it's a heavy fucker.
I feel like what I've been doing wrong with drawing hammer is I draw it like a shepherd's crook, which is like up and around to the left, but you're meant to do it up and around to the right.
I don't think it actually 100% matters, as long as it's a stick and a circle, but I mean, you're going to get very confused in Operation 005 because a very similar drawing appears for a different wonderful one.
Oh no. Will that be our last one?
That will be our last official main wonderful one. Don't worry, that there is more hidden away that you will find and get to experience. But
Good.
Obviously, we're only able to sort of deal with a certain number of lead main characters in our hero team. I mean, you typically only ever have like 7, so that is basically what you're dealing with here.
Yes, indeed.
Now I'm remembering why you don't want to drop to the bottom of that water immediately, is because that's the only way to beat that mission. It's also the only way to get to this Kakurega. Because once you've sunk, I don't think you can get back to the top of that particular pool of water.
Yeah, we can form a giant fist made out of like people, but God forbid we swim, you know?
Yeah, it's a little bit mean. It's alright, because this is going relatively well, I think.
Yeah, you're literally shredding these guys.
Come on, give me a pure platinum. Yeah.
He says knowing full well he already got the pure platinum.
In my defence, I don't remember exactly what I got on a mission-to-mission basis.
And as for me, I don't watch the footage ahead of time, obviously.
And that's also understandable, because you want to be somewhat surprised by what's ahead as well.
Well, I play ahead, I just don't watch the footage, because I want to see how you do.
Yeah, and yeah, my brain was going, oh yes, we're just going to, you know, get a bit of a whip out there as well. So I'm going to blow your mind with some of where they've hidden things in this particular level, because I believe Bottle Cap, for saving some divers located at some point in this particular operation, and yeah, they're really bloody hidden.
Oh, that's a bit cruel. Is that leading down?
Ish, yes. So obviously if you run out of this area, you're going to be the other side of the waterfall, and you can't get that Geth Jerk file. You literally have to just edge your way across to be able to get to it. It's mean.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of points of no return with, like, no prompts, you know?
Yeah, no, I really am not either. But something that I was actually sort of just looking up before we started was some of like the version differences between the remaster and the original.
Okay.
And I was actually, one of the things that was very fascinating was that in the remaster on, I believe it's easy and very easy, if you happen to hit a shielded or potentially a spiked enemy, definitely shielded ones, with a Unite Morph that obviously can't normally do anything to them, they don't automatically break in those easier modes, which I think is definitely a nice touch, because if you put it on easy and very easy, then you need a little bit of extra support.
Yeah, of course.
And those enemies can obviously be particularly mean.
The chivalrous hammer. I gotta say, for using archetypes for the rest of these wonderful ones, they do manage to get a lot of mileage out of it.
Oh, without a doubt, it makes them... It means that they're all very unique in some way, shape or form, and it's much more exciting to experience.
Yeah.
Oh look, we can switch over our wonderful ones again.
Wonder Fighter, go!
I do wish that it remembered these a little bit more quickly, because it does mean that you do spend a lot of time going, okay, and now I've got to replace them all again, and again, and again, and again. Have you started to do that replacement stuff, Tom, or are you sort of relatively just let it roll?
I just let it roll, mate. That's probably a reason why I'm not as strong as you.
Yeah, one of the other version differences is that in the original game you could actually do up to 4 multi-unite morphs at once straight from the off.
Wow.
But for the remaster you actually have to purchase that ability at sort of each level, which sort of feels a little bit mean, but I can understand why they're doing it, because it sort of sets you on the path of going, okay, I've got to build up to my abilities to do these things, but obviously it does mean that you don't stand as much of a chance of being able to get the higher rankings at an earlier point.
That's interesting, because usually remasters make stuff easier.
Yeah, and it's like, in other places they did make things a lot easier, but then obviously in other areas they did make it harder, and it's a somewhat inconsistent approach to that sort of thing.
What are we looking for here, Rich?
I am looking for one of these hidden items. So obviously we've got the treasure centre, and you can see that just about that P-Star is sort of pinging. What that means is that there is a secret somewhere nearby, and typically, obviously, when you've got hammer, you can hammer the different spots. So if you see me running around going, where's this bloody thing, it's because I'm trying to find the exact spot where I've got to hit the bloody thing.
I get you. Be free, sweet divers.
And that is Wonderful Cyclone.
Hell yeah.
Which pretty much means that we've got... So, once you get to Wonderful Cyclone, that's effectively your skill limit for sort of most of what you'll experience in the game.
Okay.
So, obviously, each wonderful type, each Unite Morph goes up in that same perspective of Stinger, Rising, Cyclone. There are some additional ones on top of that, but they are a lot more difficult to get to, and you've got to get a lot further in the game to unlock those.
Right, back down we go.
Of course, and we've also got more people to save on top of here. Now, I believe that you can also do some fishing in these places, but yes, this is a mean little secret that's hidden over here, and you are... I can never quite remember exactly how you're meant to manage that 100%, but it is effectively get as big a hammer as is humanly possible, weigh it down, and then you basically have to let go, and then... I can never quite remember the point at which you have to jump. I remember this being a bit easier in the original game.
Feels like you're hitting an invisible ceiling there.
It works, it's just that you have got to obviously jump off of this, but the timing has got to be somewhat precise. But yeah, that's a very evil little secret, because how are you supposed to know that there's something just off the edge there that you can jump onto? Because it is a leap of blind faith to get there. And then you've also got these guys hidden in here.
I think I found these ones.
This is Wonder Diver.
Oh, I must not have them. I might be thinking of a different, similar looking area.
There are a couple of different areas that do look exactly like this. It's a... One of the things I would say that I like Neomu as an area. It's fun and interesting, but it does end up looking very similar throughout all of it. There's not many major landmarks that you can point to, because it's effectively all this same solid structure with windows and water everywhere.
Yeah, conceptually it's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, and it's definitely, I think, much appreciated after, obviously, we've had sort of standard city, we've had continued standard city but with a bit of fun ground elements, we've had planes and airports, so, you know, going under the water is a fun little wrinkle. You know, we are ticking off those level tropes as we go, so, well, what do you think some of the next ones are going to include?
Ooh, let's see, what have we done so far? We've had City. I'm trying to remember what Operation 002 was. That was, I think, Sky?
002 was the continued city, but with amusement park elements.
Okay, so it was 3 Sky.
3 was Sky.
This is Water. Huh. I guess we'll find out, because I haven't played through Operation 5 yet.
Oh, you're gonna have fun!
Yes.
Especially if it continues to be this bloody hot!
Nice. Guess who messed that jump up the first time they tried?
Oh, don't worry, I am pretty sure that I have also messed it up numerous times. It's a very easy thing to accidentally do.
I really need to buy that treasure sensor.
It's really bloody useful. It's expensive, but definitely useful for getting all those extra things. And also, I see things that we can't actually deal with right now. I wonder if we're going to meet a new wonderful one imminently.
Scratch his chin, furrow his brow, wonders why that's white-coloured. Goodbye, truck. Oh, hello.
No, this isn't our new wonderful one, this is a new Geth Jerk enemy, the Haganay.
Also known as Haggerty.
It's pretty fun. Hilariously, it is relatively possible to get this down to very low levels of health before the wonderful one makes his appearance. So, but it physically cannot die until the wonderful one has appeared. So it can effectively have a little bit of infinite health for a period if you do this quickly enough.
It's one of those unwinnable battles.
Effectively, but less totally unwinnable, more it just wants this specific action to happen before you can finish it.
If it sounded like I was going to add on to that, you would be correct. My brain just shut down at the end of that sentence.
Dude, none of this is working.
He's blocked off now, and technically we can't hurt him, but we can if we just go round to his back. Normally they would actually spin around to stop you from doing that, but here we go. We have our next wonderful one.
Home is where the heart is. Son, reach for your dreams.
I try to.
Wow, look who's here.
Ah, finally!
She, drink in moderation.
I don't drink anyway, so that's fine.
Honesty is the best policy. Look, the good old days are over.
Also the best avatar.
This is his thing, right?
Oui. There are 100 of these, no?
Shit. Perhaps I have met my match.
I'm not sure we have time to sit through 100 of these proverbs.
What is the Haggerty doing at this point?
I think it's still just sitting there with its winged shield gimmick.
Save the rest for later.
The rest will come later.
Let's do it, baby!
Vital.
Henshin!
This is Wonder White.
I've gotta say, I wasn't expecting white and black like the Yoshis in Yoshi's Story.
I mean, look at your Power Rangers.
It's true.
Wonder White here is voiced by Yuri Lowenthal, who most people would recognise as Peter Parker / Spider-Man in a load of things, obviously Marvel Spider-Man, the Prince in various of the Prince of Persia games, Ben 10 in Ben 10, Sasuke Uchiha in Naruto, and a ridiculous number of other things. He is ludicrously prolific.
Yeah, he's, for all intents and purposes, doing a respectful Japanese accent here.
So, this is one of the interesting things, is that he is actually fluent in Japanese. Also, he is regularly hired by Platinum for those things, because he was also the voice of Luca in the Bayonetta games.
There you go.
And hilariously, well, citation needed, the original accent that he used for White was considered too natural, and they requested him to be slightly more stereotypical Japanese.
Ah, okay. Like, go for a Mr. Miyagi sort of feel.
Effectively, but I believe he was specifically requested to do this role because he knows exactly what he's doing and basically sounds exactly as they wanted him to. I think he, from what I remember, he initially felt a little bit uncomfortable because just like, is this okay? They was just like, yes, this is exactly what we want. So,
Looked around, there's Kamiya giving his famous thumbs up.
Yep. Also, this is a little bit mean. We've got more pipes. There is a bottle cap for going through all of the pipes in the operation. If you go through the wrong pipe, then you are sort of continuing and you can't get back. So that's fun.
I feel like I've pinpointed your favourite words down to obviously, mean, and I gotta think of the third one.
That's fun, or indeed.
Yeah, very true, very true. Which is interesting, because I haven't said indeed in years, at least not regularly.
Understandable, but yeah, it's one of those annoying things where you sometimes end up getting caught in little loops
Yeah, absolutely.
for language that you go, oh, I keep saying that constantly at this particular moment in time, and there's no particular reason why, it's just your brain gets stuck on a loop.
And, you know, in all fairness, it's pretty hot today, so you're using most of your concentration to just stay active.
Very much so. I think it's taking a lot out of both of us of just going, okay, focus, let's try and be informational but also slightly humorous and make this an enjoyable experience for everyone, whilst at the same time dying internally.
Thankfully, I always have low brain levels, so this shit ain't nothing to me, baby.
Yeah, so there is a really cool little thing with White. So his first and last name actually start with the kanji hyaku, which means 100, which obviously is a reference to the wonderful 100.
Of course.
But that kanji is also included in the design on White Sentinel suit. So the little thing at the top of his head is the kanji for 100. That gets even cooler because that kanji is also derived from the kanji shiro, which means white. Mm-hmm. And when we get a little bit further on into the game, you might see that kanji appearing in a relevant place.
Doesn't Shirogane mean platinum?
Shirogane does indeed mean platinum, which effectively, because I'm going to double check my facts.
Okay.
But I believe that comes from the fact of, obviously, Shiro means white, and I'm guessing that Japanese is... Now, this is not going to show up anything relatively quickly. I'm just getting a traditional sweet potato dish.
Oh, shit, save it, mate. That'll be good for after.
But I believe that it's probably something like metal or like white gold or whatever as the translation. I've got the white bit correct, I've not got the rest of it correct. I have to say, I really like Unite Claws. They're really bloody useful.
Yeah.
1, because you get to climb on things. 2, because they have a really good damage multiplier. And they're very quick. So because they can freeze enemies. So what you can find is that you can do a really quick ratatata around an enemy and really effectively get them frozen, and then you can start going to town on them with various other bits and pieces.
Absolutely. I remember you telling me that this particular wonderful one would be great for combos and whatnot.
Without a doubt, he is so insanely useful, and I was just trying to get the fish there because I like my fishing.
Fair enough.
How did you get on with Wonder White and drawing the Z?
It's not too bad. Sometimes it would come out as whip, but not nearly as often as when I'm trying to go for the hammer.
Yeah, no, I get that. Don't try and go down there without firing these things, because 1, there's not a mission down there for you, but also it's just asking for trouble. You do have to kind of do it on to get to the second one, because it's just mean.
There's that word again.
I can't help it, it's too warm.
I know. Honestly, I cut down some of your Richie-isms in post anyway.
That's fair. This is what comes from me not actually watching any of the commentaries that I'm actually in.
Well, I mean, it's not your job. You just help me out with this, so...
Well, it's true. I mean, I watch all the other ones because I enjoy it. I mean, obviously, to those who aren't in the know, i.e. people who haven't been around for absolute eons like we have, I actually started off as a fan of HellfireComms before I started, so it's just been a natural part of my life of, oh yes, I'm just going to watch the next HellfireComms playthrough.
And then I got my claws in, and it's been hell ever since.
Or is it the other way around?
You took a little bit too long to respond to that for my liking, but I'm gonna let it go. Get in there.
But yes, we are rapidly coming. Well, we've still got a little bit to go, but oh, more pipes, and I think this is another one of the mean ones to try and figure out which one you've got to go in. But if I recall correctly, you can technically tell what direction you're meant to go in, just by sort of trying to follow the directions of the pipes. But it is a little bit challenging, especially because there's 3 of the blighters.
Well, we'll take care of this guy first, so don't worry.
Oh, I do love it when I get rid of most of the armour in one fell swoop.
Hell yeah.
This is also part of the reason why I really love using I believe it's not quite Unite Big, but it does the same principle of getting bigger just by holding the A button, because it makes this kind of thing so much easier.
Oh, absolutely. I was literally about to ask you how you did that, so I just needed a refresher.
Yeah, no, having that little tool available is a godsend for quickly getting into better positions. So yes, the way that you want to go about this is you want to go into the right pipe first, because that'll send you all the way over here to this delightful barrier and to these people hidden here, and I believe that those were the divers that we needed to rescue.
Oh, I remember this guy.
Wonder Mop.
Hey. So we're starting to get the claw archetype of wonderful ones now.
Pretty much, it is very consistent of once you've unlocked a new wonderful one, the next few generally will be also of that type. Yep, second pipe you want to go through is the one on the left, because what that's going to do is it's going to spit you back out on top of the water.
Oh.
And then you just go down and you go in the middle one, and that's going to take you through to the rest of the level.
Huzzah!
And then we've got more fighting, although this isn't actually a mission, as you may see.
Yeah, nothing propped up.
I do wish that it was a little bit more consistent, but also wonderful rising with hammer. The Magangs will never live another day again.
God bless. Combine that with the get bigger by holding A and jobs are good.
Exactly, like they stand no chance.
Yeah, I think Wonder White is tied with Red for my favourite so far.
Yeah, I totally get that, and to be honest, I would say that pretty much he is probably my favourite to use as well. It's also particularly fun because when you are obviously slightly lower on health, if you've got the energy converter, it's also a really quick way of boosting a bunch of your health back, because you just hammer in that combo and it'll do wonders.
Unite sword!
Hacha!
Beautiful.
He's such a show-off.
Such a show-off, but also such a rising reference.
Naughty little children I've been hearing so much about.
Who is there? Show yourself!
So, you're the big man in charge then? Precious.
We do like
To be
a...
a femme fatale.
Yes, indeed. And yes, this is Vision.
What?
It's probably just
Who are you calling
a
precious?
bastardization of the word vision,
So cute when he gets all
which
worked
makes
up.
sense.
I was thinking Jean
Let's see
from
what you
Bayonetta,
got,
like Vision.
boy.
Yeah, there is also that reference there, because actually, obviously, if you look at her, she does sort of vaguely ever so slightly resemble Madama Butterfly.
Yeah.
That cougar is not going to bite
But also
his
apparently
feet like
is also partially derived from the word bijou, which is Japanese for a beautiful woman.
There you go.
How dare you? I was doing my turn on the catwalk while you were.
There's also something that
still
I should have paid attention to it during the cutscene, but I didn't. But oh yes, Pink really likes swearing during this particular scene. It's so much swearing, it's hilarious.
You're looking pom-pom-headed.
Even Travis Touchdown will be like, calm down.
Save your flight! This is it, Vision. You have a date with
As
my
Vision
family
spins
and your
towards the
plans
camera
are
during her
far
intro
overdue.
cutscene, her right shoulder glitches out and becomes inverted.
Oh my god.
And it's actually it's in every version of the game. It's even visible in the picture of the scene in her Geth Jerk file, which is hilarious. But yes, we actually have a fight where we can only control Blue. While obviously you deal a lot more damage than you would do normally as a solo wonderful one, I will say that this can be a really challenging fight.
This will also continue into the next mission, where you... it's not Blue, but it will be another wonderful one you have to solo control.
Also, if you can, don't get hit by that heart attack, because it will turn you into a little puppy, and while it's fun and adorable, you can't really do much attacking whilst in that form, and Obviously, you want this to be over with as quickly as possible.
In general, you want to avoid heart attacks.
Yeah, they're generally quite dangerous. I would say, as much as I like this fight for its plot relevance, I am not necessarily a massive fan of it from a mechanics perspective, because it's so easy to run out of energy, and then you can't do the attacks that are going to get you the most damage, but then also it's really hard to just get out of the way.
Yeah, this also applies to the thing in the next mission.
It will all make a hell of a lot more sense in the context when we get there, but this is going to relatively nicely lead into that. But first, we have got to finish her off, and it's just going to take a little bit of time to whittle her down. I do wish that it would go faster, but it can't be helped.
One of the first times we've seen you in danger here.
I am just not very good at this fight. Never have been, never will be.
To be fair, the game was built around group play. It wasn't built around 1v1 fights.
Yeah, no, it wasn't, and I think it's where it does come to its detriment. I think that they really should have had other considerations for how this was going to play, especially considering you've already been playing for a hefty amount of time. You've already sort of gone longer than most of the other operations that you've been in, so you're probably already a little bit tired, and then they throw this at you as a particular challenge, and you're just like, oh good god.
It's cool conceptually. What I think they should have done is given Blue the ability to, like, create clones.
Next time.
I'm gonna
Yeah, either that or actually just have a little bit more use of some of the tools, rather than just having his Valiantium blade himself, rather than, you know, actually having the Unite Morphs, just having something a little bit more than what he just has. If that makes any sense.
This is story and gameplay, not really coalescing.
Yes. Blue is now in a hell of a lot of danger, so we've got to go and save his ass.
Oh, if only we had the ability to climb on walls. There he goes.
I still don't see what's so wonderful about you. A mystery to be unraveled next time, I suppose.
Okay, I guess I'll see you in the next part.
Yes.
We can't leave a man behind. We
They
have
do
to save
like
Blue.
setting us up with a villain who we will see throughout the operation. And I do think that is a nice touch that does bring more to these guys as villains.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, I love recurring villains.
It means that by the time that you're actually fighting them, you've got more skin in the game,
Yeah, exactly.
which I think is something that certainly certain games really struggle to pull off. It's one of the reasons why I would say that the boss fights in the original Bayonetta are much more successful than the boss fights in Bayonetta 2, even if gameplay-wise some of the ones in 2 are perhaps a little bit more fun, because you actually spend a couple of chapters getting to see and experience and find out a little bits about the justice that you're about to come up against.
Yeah.
Well, Cardinal Virtue, not Justice. Justice is one of his own. But yeah, the Cardinal Virtue you're about to come up against. And so it makes it more satisfying when you then actually take them on. You can just run through this and get to the end. It's a perfectly reasonable thing to do, but obviously I'm stubborn and I want my combo points. Okay, thanks, bye.
Hell yes.
Also, it's just quite fun to fight on a on the side of thing. Also, it's quite fun sometimes when you pause in the middle of an action, because yeah, Nelson will have a bit of a go at you. And I think that was the point where I was just going, you know what? Sod it.
Oh, you're not one for sunk cost fallacy, are you?
I mean, I am sometimes, but I was just thinking, you know what? That time, there was no point. It's all going to fall off eventually, and
Goodbye.
now we just come on to the final little stretch. Nice little circle on the helipad for a file. We're just going to get to have some fun fighting enemies, including what I believe will be 2 Haganese at the end of this, because obviously, as with most new enemies we come up against, they like throwing 2 at us or more after a little bit of time.
Wish they did that with the Megangs, but, you know, I've already bitched enough about that.
But yeah, you're about to see just how terrifying Claw can be when thrown up against these guys, of exactly the complete bonkersness that you can do. While they do like to move about, once you've frozen them, you then just can go ham.
Nice.
And obviously when you're using multi-unites as well, hee. Although, when they do start firing those at you, that isn't going to help you too much if you're not in the way. Also, I thought I was in Claw at this moment in time. I'm just like, why isn't this working?
Ah, you fool! Wait, wait a minute, this looks a little sword-like.
Can't win everything.
We can certainly try, Rich. God bless you.
Wasn't me best, but yeah, you want to get off of that thing as soon as humanly possible, because it's just all going to collapse. And there he is. He survived. I mean, that would have been a very painful faceplant.
I think it was mostly his pride that got wounded there.
I mean, understandable, but also, I mean, this is Blue, and Blue's got an ego the size of a planet.
Your leader don't make you one, and it sure don't make you mine.
Blue, put a lid on it. You and your ego put the entire team at risk.
Pink, it's all right.
No, Pink, it's not all right. Just because you couldn't fight your way out of a designer bag doesn't mean you get to harsh my game.
Oh.
Squeeze me.
Let us settle this.
I don't think you want to piss Pink off, really, do you? Especially when she was already, you know, swearing up a storm earlier.
Whip beats sword.
Got some harshing to do.
Bring it. Nobody who tastes the sting of my Valiantium blade lives to tell the tale.
Apart from Vijun, who just did.
That's an order!
Oh, infighting. It happens to the best of us.
And then everybody gets involved, because of course.
Unbelievable. I wasn't aware you had time in your schedule for infighting.
And finally, we get to meet the person who saved our asses.
If it isn't, who are you?
But if you're dead set on diving off the deep end, don't let me stop you.
Her voice sounds so familiar.
She is right.
Give me a second.
Time for these, my friends.
It's okay. I think she might turn up in the next part and we can cover it there.
After he
She
finishes the
definitely
dog.
will, and we definitely will.
Nice.
What the heck are you doing?
Ta-ta for now.
Squad law.
We're off.
Oh no.
This is another fun one, especially because there is a hero heart hidden in here as well that you have to get before you actually finish the mission, otherwise it's too late. But the way that this works is that you've got the Kofun outside that is going to fire its laser. You need to make sure that you are not on the colour that it is firing at, otherwise you will get electrified.
Of course.
Technically, that is a relatively easy thing to spot when you realise that that's what's happening, but especially when you're obviously trying to defeat enemies at the same time, trying to move about as quickly as possible, it can get a little funky, especially because it is very possible to just fall all the way down from the top of this tower all the way to the bottom and have to do it all over again. That's certainly never happened to me at all.
Same. No, definitely not. I'm going to be honest, I went one step further, and I wasn't even aware you had to turn around to get to this bit.
Fair.
No, it's not fair. It was unfair. It's unfair that I'm so stupid. Take a platinum, get out of here.
Oh, there we go, thankfully, so you don't have to, you can do that, finish the mission before you go hunting for things, but you are going to have to get the damn thing before you leave here, because it is proper hidden, and the way that you find it is by attacking that, and then making a ladder up against that small little bit of metal.
Oh, just like Big in Sonic Adventure, he climbs the fastest.
That is indeed everything in here, and we can now happily go and bring an end to this particular part of the operation by walking out with our sword, because otherwise, we can't block the laser.
Tee-hee. Nicely done, Rich.
Thank you kindly.
Alright, let's see what we got, and then we'll log off for the day. Hell yes.
Splendid!
Beautiful.
Alright folks, we'll see you next time when Operation 004 continues in the wonderful 101 Remastered. Bye for now.